Are you thinking of owning your dream homes? EJ Investment is here for you. Secure our quality bungalows with 2, 3, or 4 bedrooms, or our story buildings, 3 or 4 to 5 bedrooms at very affordable prices with flexible payment plans at our Sanyang Seaview Estate, where you can enjoy the cool breeze with modern infrastructure such as tar roads, covered drainage system, modern electrification with street lights, gated entrance with security posts, and social amenities such as gas station, shopping mall, medical clinic, park, schools, children daycare, and a lot more. Our dedicated team of professionals will keep the estate clean at all times, provide security and patrol team within the estate premises, install latest technologies such as CCTV, Wi-Fi, home network installation, solar panel, and power backup system. Also, check out for our additional home facilities and interior design service such as premium tiling, wall plaster, home landscape, fingerprint home lock, and a lot more. Visit our office at Senegambia Kololi Highway and get a free site visit tour, or contact us on 4464-838. WhatsApp us on 3259220. Or you can visit our Facebook page or Instagram on EJ Investments. EJ Investments, we are first in properties.
Thank you again very much for coming to the monthly press briefing of the United Democratic Party. We are today going to hear a brief statement from the Secretary General and the party leader. We are also going to have the traditional Q&A. There would be some quick briefing on the activities of the party leader. Just this past week, we've been involved in some engagements. Before that, obviously, the party leader got his own voter's card and has been encouraging Gambians through broadcasts to for all those who are eligible to get their voter's card. Today we are really very pleased that we are joined at this briefing by 2 of our distinguished members and leaders who had served as ambassadors in Malaysia and in Nigeria. Her Excellency Honorable Ramzi Diab is joining us for the briefing. His Excellency Amadou Tal, the ambassador to the Federal Republic of Nigeria until very recently. Obviously, the deputy party leader, Ajaratu Mariam Babukar Seka, and the deputy senior administrative secretary, Mrs. Kulidiba Wada. So we are very pleased that you have come out as usual in your numbers, and these messages that the party leader will share with the community will be carried live and broadcast far and wide, not only in the Gambia but all over the world. So thank you very much and welcome to the monthly press briefing. Your Excellency, party leader.
Thank you very much, Mr. Tal, and thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen of the press, including the troublemakers. Indeed, gratified that you have been able to find time to come and attend this conversation with us, because there are current issues that is engaging the minds of the public, minds and attention of the public, and UDP cannot be silent on these issues, because we know we are in very, very critical point. The nation is a critical point. We are moving towards the December 4th presidential elections, and voter registration is ongoing, and it is times disheartening to hear of incidents happening at some of these registration centers. And it is also disheartening to listen and hear some very odious, indecent statements that are made in the social media, language that is unknown to the Gambia, and decent Gambians have been used and circulated on our social media. Of course, as we move on to the elections, every effort must be made to ensure that we have a violent-free elections, both during the campaign and post-elections. Gambian elections have never been marred by violence, and we cannot allow the 2021 elections and subsequent elections following it to be marred by violence. In the past few days, we had some terrible audio making the rounds, on which someone in fact, someone, actually insulting and using the most profane language against members of the Wolof community, the female members of the Wolof community in particular. This is very regrettable, and UDP denounces such conduct. It is un-Gambian. It is not in the culture of the United Democratic Party to engage in abusive activities. It has never been sanctioned by the United Democratic Party, and in fact could not be sanctioned by the United Democratic Party. Those who know the leadership of the United Democratic Party will easily come to the conclusion that those very disgusting statements could not come from the United Democratic Party and could not be sanctioned by the United Democratic Party. Just around the table here, you see very decent people who would not even use the four-letter word, much more those very profane and insulting language, because anyone who understands Mandinka and hears those statements, in fact, I just heard the first two words and I refused to continue to listen to the rest of it because I thought it was really a terrible thing. Now, we want to ask that Gambians desist from such activities. I have in the past, in fact, since 1996, UDP has been consistent in advising the general Gambian population to be law-abiding. And for you to be law-abiding, you must not engage in conduct that will cause a breach of the peace. No one can take that from us, the United Democratic Party. We have been doing that consistently. At the end of every rally, that's what I say, and in my engagement with the public, with our supporters, that is what I always advise, that we must be law-abiding, and we cannot do anything that will really cause instability in this country. Let me say that since that audio was released, we prepared a statement that we are going to release to the press, but I purposely held onto it until today because I had other audios that said, if I do not come out and apologize to the Gambian people and to the Wolofson community, they have secrets that they will reveal to the Gambian nation. And I was waiting for that secrets to be revealed. But revelations, whether imagined or real, to be made. No such thing has been made. No such revelation has been made, and that is why I now make a statement on this. In the first place, I want to say that I will not apologize because I owe nobody an apology, because this is not sanctioned by the United Democratic Party and it's not supported by the United Democratic Party. But we condemn it vehemently. We condemn it vehemently. That is outrageous. It was unacceptable. It is disgusting. It is polarizing. It is a cause of instability. We condemn it for that. But we do not apologize to anybody. And I must make it abundantly clear that anyone in his right mind will not think that Ousseynou Dabo will encourage anybody to say anything against Wolofs in this country. Because doing so, I'll be encouraging people to say something against my wives, against the families of my wives. They are Wolof, pure Wolof, Banjul. So I will not be part of anything that will be demeaning to the Wolofs, whether in Banjul or anywhere else. It would beat anybody's imagination. In fact, nobody would think that Ajam Seka, being Wolof, a Wolof woman, and being in the leadership of this party, for UDP to sanction insults against her tribe and against herself, because something like that will be sanctioning insults against herself. It should really, it will really beat anybody's imagination that Oli Diba, who is also Mandinka Sonia, but actually not born and bred up in Banjul, Wolof, for us to say something against her tribe, all members of a community. We know her family connections in the Jagan, in the Chairman, in Banjul here. Would UDP sanction insults against her and the community that she comes from? Amatal, also Wolof. So those people who think that UDP is directing these insults at Wolofs, I think they're just making up their own stories. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, since the circulation of that audio, we have done investigations. In fact, a colleague, and I'll call her to thank her for advising me to investigate. We have done investigations. And we have now discovered that this audio was in fact first made in June 2020. And it was a reaction to an insults by a certain lady in Europe against the entire Mandinka tribe. This was in 2020. And when it was released, Bamba Mas got onto the gentleman and said, look, you have done too much. If one person insults, you cannot insult the entire community. And he apologized. And that is on record, that he had gone too far. But currently, the NPP knows that they are losing ground. And they are losing ground very, very fast. That audio in 2020, they now take it and inject it in the social media now to make it as if it's a fresh happening, new happening. This is what is happening. In fact, NPP is the party that is really fomenting tribalism in this country. Because bringing out this audio that was made in 2020, now, you are really putting tribes against each other. And they just shows that, this is a party that has absolutely no interest of this contract had. APRC, with all their terrible things, they have never resorted to this type of dirty politics. Putting in the public space statements that would cause polarization in the country. So, as I started that we approaching towards elections, so there is a greater need today for Gambians to be united in the promotion of peace and stability in this country, to be united in ensuring that the image of this country is not tarnished by failing politicians, to be united in ensuring that these types of dirty politics do not gain roots in this country. And when we are united in this, then we'll be united as one Gambian to pursue the interest of this country for the common good. Now, I did mention that we want a violence-free campaign and violence-free elections, and post-election there should be no violence after the elections, no post-election violence. Today, as I sat here waiting for this conference to start, I received reports from the UDP election and registration monitoring team, who are currently in the Phoenix. Yesterday, the team spent the night in Buyam and enjoyed the hospitality of the people of Kansala through their brothers and sisters in Buyam. This morning, they proceeded to Kanil Live, where a registration center is, to monitor. In the first place, when the youths of Kanil Live saw their vehicles coming, started barricading the road, that no one will get into Kanil Live to monitor the registration in that country, at that center. In fact, when our team tried to explain to them that they've done this in other places, and Kanila is part of the Gambia, and we have to go to Kanila. It's part of the Gambia. The IEC opened a registration center in Kanila. So, to monitor the registration in that place certainly cannot be denied. And with that, they just fell on them, gave them thorough beating. And when they ran to get into their vehicles, one of them picked up big stone, threw it on the screen of our vehicle, the UDP 2021. Threw it, got the windscreen smashed, and the stone, it's a very big stone, and it landed on the arm of Ibrahim Adiba and got it fractured. Currently, they are the police. I have called the co-chair of the Inter-Party Committee to convene an urgent meeting of the Inter-Party. Kanilai, in fact, Kanilai is part of the Gambia. Nobody in the exercise of their legitimate political right can be denied entry into Kanilai if they want to go there. We cannot allow violence to start marring our image. We can't afford it. That it is imperative on all of us to maintain the peace. In fact, not only was our team beaten, but even the supervisor, when he said that these people have a right to monitor, he was also beaten, the supervisor. registration supervisor. So this is just not an attack on political opponent, but also an attack on the IEC personnel. And we believe that this sort of situation must be contained, it must be nipped in the bud. Because really, this country, as I have stated, has never known violence. Election violence is alien to this country. And we cannot now allow failing political organizations to engage in activities that will go against the peace and tranquility of this country. Now, we still have 8 days more to go before all registration centers close. It is disheartening to note that the youths who claim to be the future leaders tomorrow, that the majority of them are still not going out to register on the ground that they are unhappy. You cannot be unhappy with all the 18 political parties. There must be one political party that certainly measures up to your expectation. So you should register and vote for that political party candidate. You cannot abandon your civic responsibility. I say, why are you doing that? Why? You know, if your yakar defatas, you must make sure that you resuscitate it through the party that you believe in. I'm not saying that you should register and vote for UDP, but I'm saying that you register and vote for. You cannot. No Gambian can honestly tell us that amongst all the political parties, there is none that measures up to expectation. Any Gambian who says, I will say that you are certainly not human. So I appeal to all of us, youths in particular, those who have not yet registered, to go out and get registered there so that you do not lose the opportunity to make a choice of who should be a president. You do not leave the opportunity to choose who should be your member of the National Assembly. You do not lose the opportunity to choose who should be your mayor, who should be your chairman of the councils, and who should be your councillors. Because if you don't register now, you won't be able to vote at those elections until maybe the next, which will have been, very late. And you'll just be grumbling there, when you refuse to really participate in the process. Those who do not vote are the ones who end up electing the bad government that rule us. And you do not want to fall into that category. No Gambian wants to fall into that category. So appeal to all to really be, to go out and get registered. It's not usual for the press conference of this nature, to be extended in other languages. But because of, the significance of this one, that I want also to briefly state in Mandinka and probably in Wolof also what I have just stated in English. Be tentro ke lañi molla melalon ka ko telenata journalist ko kibar janjanna melnata janto ni kacha niaje be nyinki rokela watni watin ka kibar janjanna kille ni kacha ka kuolla bebe ke kam banko kam bad ni wato kono nak kulle be kerim me yalon ka ko banko bele ba fo kam ete yalon fo fula lomba fo sara kulle ma funa mula bele ba fo kam ni watol kono audio dole funtita me yalon ka ko mo me yalu ko ngani loms bi ka fo ka be tubab dule abe jamani me ka fo ay nendiro ki jeto nendiro me yalon ka fo ko alhamdulillah asagarata bake ning me ye commencer moy la moy la don e bu ka banno ka do ko kumol jawyata nendrol diminta nendrol ke jawyata nendrol la ko jawya fo man dam man kañande bari nendro keta mella nendro dat ya dikindi mel kan siyo kan wala fana ya ke jawyande na raka ko mo kilindro no nendro keta mo kilindro ne la no wata jawyata nyawnya ala nikuya banko moliye ata warla ko ambe nyamen saim ka du ko siyo bele nen mo be ñin lon ka ko on la patio kabri 1996 ka yamaro menke molla wolon ka ko mole luwa bunya ka fo ngamol ko mol yamar wala kan na dingil yamar wala kan banku dingil fanal yamar wala ka ngani le non ka ko luwa bunya nama soto dawoda fitino damma na katrajeto no nganna molu nge ke yamar la ka ko si bod fitino ma al halo be nyama is luwa bunya mote UDP moto ko soso nona ka kabri 19 wala mun na la tarang tin wala mun na ko moto adun nyin kanyin fanam fo mo le ka ko nendiro mo kana nendrike na pati dinglo ka fa hanni me yamo yente banen ye fem fo na du kare ali tu jeto mo kane jabe wato watin ko dam mande fo adu wala mun lonkante woto mel kanyi mira ka ko nyin kuma kurul me fa nyin nendir jawol mel kata ko UDP lamu UDP to kala UDP be surwal banen na munela surwa musolo be larinte koma tesi surwa muso ne na munela melen na musolo wulu surwal lomo so ntaw sula nyaadi le ka ko surwa musolo kenen aji am saka musurwal tede kan nendro men foda ba ni ko surwal be aji am saka bokol so aji am saka dumbe lola bang ka song ala patio ye surwal be na nyim banko kan ka surwa muso be na nyim banko kan oli diba surwalo mo ala kabilol be surwa so adu abe UDP la kodo yo oli diba le dumbe sila ay song en UDP nkolo ye surwa be nen kate fang nen onendir jawola ka surwa be nen ama talebe sonna ka te bari musolo na bamanyolo UDP si ka dunyo di mola ka mo encourage pour ol surwal ne ka kate banen ka bari musol nen ban ñing politiko le mo politique noring ñi men don drum men ke ñi cassette men bondi te ñi audio men bondi te serun jun lomo amario yake kabra yake ya janjandi mol kumatama mol ya jale mol ana anata kas bolo seroke ki fak nim men tata bamba mas la fonka ngamira la platform 16 ay fonko men ki jeto bolo sayo men ki jeta bi jeto ako ama wuli kasurwa be neng ko me nendi roke aya wuli wala kama bare ay bolo sa roke ko siyam fama surwa be siyam fama bare kay me ye nendi roke fate ye nendi fam fate sababuta kanyum ko mofo amon wa amola yam fadani ba to malu mel man nendi ke mel man ko kala ayol bela la yam fodani kunun ko yana na audio bondi janto NPP nkolo da ya audio ni tele ya bondi ka fonde pour ka siol dundi nyola ko men kata seru fo mo be nyina tala ya bondi ba ya yal ka ko la politiko beti nyakan ko badu nga nyim bondi pour surwal si nyamba UDP la nga nyim bondi pour si ko tangal si nyamba UDP la adun in the first place ni manke UDP la kuti UDP ma sanction UDP dunne ta sanction fem fe UDP la salon ka ko UDP ko iklutale ye horomo soto i daji kata kume yalon ka foko asinyaro ke kume yalon ka foko ke do yati moko tan ita sonna kake so ning silo niya jefang ni statement obe kala bi dole ko natra ndema mfunti kapolo bolo gagambe ko bolo say ay nakulol mela be funtin la so ko PRO I'm spokesman ka ko statement nya muta e kana release ni menko abena kulol bon la ngatil sabadi ala sa ay na funti ay nakulol bonde so mbe batundro kala même fen fe lo usen daboto ba ngale ta nyimma fola a jawja afo alfonti le afo bawo atel mel ko fo del natele nyolon ne mbe bori nal no madula to tumo mena ali olon ne bari bitu ala fo ali mel lon usen daboto ala fo ali mel lon UDP to a jawma tel ngamel no ato deta fola bari fan la badinglo inimel wuluta wala ba fola wala beta ta fola bi samanda wulta kata kanel lay wa kanel lay fana registration central adu registration be kala dawda monitoring team nyali kata jeto de kabre tata kanel lay funding kewlo nta kula la pati kande nta kula bare Fatou ni funding kewlo malebe pati jumalto iko nyelti tala ite monitoring kala jeto ko ba explain leye dalilo me yatne bi jeto inyapite kan ke bute kendeke imo danta ngamira fo mo nan mo lulam ama virtual sate mo mebe e borda kadun la moto kono ba janni be borda kadu la moto kono supervisor nyin nata ka fo ko albenyi menke kanye manko ni le ni ral sur la pour kana jand kanye ka monitoring ke yo fang bute a ici la staff yo fang bute na mol borta be dun tamoto ko e berbata ka moto nyin ka bun ala windscreen nyin ka te na UDP 2021 kala windscreen ka te be ro nyin lanta Ibrahima Diba bulo kan ayakati nyana kala bi kanel lay bari nga interparty committee la chairperson nga kilile ka fa ko ngamira e nyantale meeting command interparty kanyin ko ka discourse kat kanila be bangambe banko le kono political party o hanna remanke political party ba ni mu independent candidate fana e be president ya nyine ya right sot la kata kanila sa de to kela political ta manager to nin kan lan ko ni e dankuila isi dankuila ni me dankuila fana ni si meta sirim banta bate mammoje e bitale barka boy mol kan ninda anana manke gambia de hani ya jamme jambi janto anana manke ari matanyin nak ngamra police will handle it but nga na interparty committee ngela chairman o kille ka fay ko nyanta ka meeting kili ka ni isu ka address adu Gambia a important ba ke Gambia funding kewlo ka ko registration ni kana tulungala al kana foko intel fed up tale no nga disappointment so wal mansa kula nga disappointment so mansa kula do mari continue kameme roke fay lafta mansa kunda mena ya soto kad ni ma register sign ni presidential election no membinala député carte fa membinal me election wal do te mari te participate no la do peut-être la banque di ya na famu minute mari ta fola ka foko ngam kar ka ngam about for 3 or 4 independent candidates be sort le sort 18 political parties model no nal ka foko nyul fente jeto me yen nyabo hani wata kenola hada madi ya wata kenola funding ke wala funda leta register ma fala register le vote al yala ka to United Democratic Party la ngole ko al register al lafta party o menna alta al yala ka to di wala imari la banku di ya nyanto o satara yo tamandi bar ni sita yebulol la nyoka e man sonna register la kata fawe na ay tambe yawa ete man ko soto be men fola ngim man sakunda ko do bay man kafu molma bele man sakunda tombo kadu ko ka kafu molma kam man sakunda tomba man ke kafu ko ila candidate win man ke wote ka participate in the process wala man sakunda tombo nyente so mele anu ka wala participate to tamira ka wala ka kan sotla akuma fo ila man sakunda to kare funding kewlo muskunda ke kunda enfa anin multi anu ka ko bi e bijeto e ma register dukar altale register den si dandro fananke molla mele anu ka ko nay fandi alon ko e manke banko dingti e fandi alon ka ko e bota banko ko tede kana janto amman kan nyinti ka ko ila wulula lenata kana lila wulula lenata janto ye wulu janta manke wote mele alon ka ko kunun ko lomdom e la fudol nata dukare al nyori na maskunda tombon al nyori wala amman kan nyinti ka ko malaf luntan lafta luntan le si janto banku luntan ta manko bank di mate bari nak na maskunda tombon alo bulan bulu tar bu kabo janto ngata ka mo ko te makke la maskunda tombon na gambe dingel melbe siru la ko tan to e bu ked lang e bu dabula wo banko la maskunda tombon to alfanal dukara alfanal yal dabonde na banko maskunda tombon to si ñing garde ñim fanana ka ko kana ñin jube ka ko bi mbe place wala to wala nimman sale bulobe teri nimman sale bulobe ñobulo be teri yare e be ko kala melan ka man correct ya jamala jamano la ngodama ne kumbo janto abuse of power and abuse of power can done by association in temu fembade te UDP kono yama fem diata nyangake abuse of power te wala dun ka ya jamala jamano la dun ngaje bi wo bobe ke kam bakale sain bawo inin isi president telephone nole so mendiate isita yoke ni manque kala banko la nyato tati finally laf kam ko Gambia kolu alimbe nga deng ngaje ko fitno ngoba nyim banko kan kana song fitno e du nyim banko kan Gambia ko alimbe nga deng kaje ko na banko la todiya me ya soto kunu o todiya nyin o kanatinya banko e continue to et ala to et radiaru alimbe nga sonye na kafoko belafta fenna adim belafta en menna wono Gambia la nyato tala adu man jare sonkala amman jare kelela na Gambia diya alingo tankande na banko alingo tankande nyo horomo alingo ke adun ka fania kerota kala moka tukare alinkana ke la lo ke ba ya fara ko ise ko jawse for certain men jawsa forma ba na meta fini ala sabo kan ida bare alin kana son fan ka foro kendo ka fel la kan fombe badal ala yabo kan ngam ko bula lafta ko le di Gambian ko la ni Gambian ngadam man soto
jërëjëf party leader secretary general presidential candidate bu UDP waxtaan bi am na solo baax na rek suñu amee programme yi ñuy wax comme ni mu ko waxee ci doorin bi lii waxtaan la bëggoon nañ rek pour mu leer lii dox ci dëkk bi foog naa ñëpp xam nañ ko yéen mi dee tas xibaar am ngeen ci waar baax na rek pour lim fi wax yëpp ngeen tasaare ko ci Gambia ak ci Gambia ci biteen di leen ñaan tamit su fekkee ne am ngeen laajte soo ko amee ci soose wala nga am ko ci olof wala nga am ko ci angale mun ngeen a laajte loolu ñun dañ bugg a suñ jotaay yëpp li ñoo wax foofu nit ñi dégg ko ñu dégg ko xel tamit xam nga dañ dee foog ne angale rek mooy làkka fooguma ne am na kenn ku nekk Gambia ku wax ne Ousseynou daa ba déggut angale wala Olidi ba déggut angale wala Almami Taal déggut angale waaye lii am solo mooy suñoo waxtaan ñu déggante te buñ déglu wante ak xol parti leader ye kumo fo janne ay kumo banne andu ay minke bi biraye angale kamo bojje aya fole maninga kamoto a seniata aya fole surwa kamoto a seniata ñing kacha façon wol nak aka banko samba ñaatole aku mayata don wati wata be kering atol minu be kibar janjango la banko kan ali nyinin kar soto al lafta nyinin kala kango kanna al nyanta si wo keno parce que angale kango dro manke kangoti andun tol gambia dingol nyantale nga nyola kango moy nka nyola moy parce que nimma oke e nyin kuma kensengol be tarla dunna mol temale Usain Dabo dimmusolu Usain Dabo la dimmaya al wol be balu mu surwal so wo tetar la patio nyato ka fuka be surwal kajafila wala be surwal nenna amanka jikoti amanke mo jikoti UDP kono ay alpha litandi le jang ñunu be ila ciosano ila badingol be musurwal bari na politiko futata wo watol to say e be kumol bondila pour que mol kan walio nafe banko kan Gambia nak e ka minfo kan kilinem bena bad mo am Gambia baxna rek pour sa yu nek suñu waxtaan ñuy wax soxla réew mi soxla askan wi ndol bi nek Gambia jafe-jafe yi nek fi lolu moy waxtaan bi nga xamne political parties ak political leaders ci lolu lañ wara suba gudi parce que suñ defé lolu rek dëkk bi dina dem ci kanam so ñu ngi leena gërem ñu ngi leena santa ci sen téway ay kilifang fi ci parti bi su fekkee ne bëggoon nañoo sànni kaddu tuuti dinañ ko welcome waaye su fekkee ne am ngeen ay laajte pour laaj secrétaire général ak parti leader dinañ def ñu continuer ak suñ press conference bi laajte wax na yu bari yoo xam ne jar naa xelaat kanilaay bokk ak ci Gambia ñu xëy suba ne kenn du fa dem monitor election di daanu ci kaw election supervisors lii nag Gambien si waruñoo toog di ko seetaan buñ ko seetaan ñu ne UDP ak ñii la wala lu wax yu demee noonu loolu moom mooy tas dëkka dafa important rek at this critical time pour ñun ñëpp ñu nekk benn baat ñu bennoo bokk ni ñoo gisee jamono politique bi yàgg na Gambie fii politique yi jaama ñun bi ñoo nekk ay xaleel nekk seen ron Saa Dawda nekk suñ président politique bi dafa neexoon ndax waxtaan moo ci nekkoon dañoo nekk di kafante fii waaye since bi fi Yaya Jammeh ñëwee yëfi xeet ak xajaale xeet mu ngi ko fi sax mu ngi ko fi ji mu ngi nii bugg a sax fii baax na rek pour yéen saka yéen mi tas xibaar su kilifay di wax ngeen déglu parce que démb amoon na du ne benn jamono rek moo am ñun yëpp si loolu la ñu yaree yar ak teggin saaga bokkul si suñu affaire suñu waxtaan yëpp mooy rek naka la ñoo yóbboo réew mi ci kanam Ousseynou Dabo taxawaayam Gambia fii ñëpp xam nañ naka la ñëwee Yaya Jammeh moo ñëw mu ne OJ du mun a taxaw élection Saa Dawda du mun a taxaw élection Bakary Dabo du mun a taxaw élection waa PPP yëpp mu ne kenn du si mun a taxaw mu ne patem bi sax dañ koo baan waa NCP the same thing Sirif Diba du mun a taxaw élection Assane Moussa Camara du mun a taxaw élection li ñoo wax proscription loolu moo xew so United Democratic Party bi looloo ko jur gars yi ne foog démocratie dellu si waat ñu ne kan la ñoo mun a taana mu jiite ñu ñëpp ñu ne Ousseynou Dabo because jaloore bi mu def Gambia fii so lu mel noonu dafa important rek pour saa yu jotee ñu bàyyi si xel te dama ko dee wax nit ñi fii April 2016 audio bi mu ngi fa vidéo bi mu ngi fa mu ne su fekkee ne bal tàkk na bal bu njëkk bi ñëw mu rey ma man maa ngi amee vidéo bi tey lu tax duñ dee suli jëf yooyu noonu lii la fi Ousseynou Dabo def amut ne wax bi dafa war a dañ war a bàyyi di wax yooyu dafa xew fii nit koo xam ne pare na tëral yaramam ak àddinaam ak lu nekk pour réew mi su fekkee ne kooku jóg na tey nga ne danga koo tuumal ne dafaa nekk di saaga olof yi dafaa wax nit ñi ñuy saaga olof yi loolu dafa ñaaw loolu dañ ko war a stop ci dëkk bi saa yu nekk dañ dee wax lii ne nañ bàyyi di wax façon yu wax yi UDP suy wax nii la dee def dañoo ñëw teg au presse bi wax leen li nekk si ñun yéenay dinañ am suñ leader si ñu nekk fi yéenay parti leen rek moo fi dee nekk waaye yéen saa yu nekk soo leen ñëwee dañ ñëw binda jox leen ne leen lii lañ wax lii mooy position yi UDP waaye ku jóg rek ne man UDP laa sa kaa su laakee soose wala mu saaga waa UDP ñoom nii rek loolu nag dafa war fu mu nekk dañ ci war a génna su fekkee ne dara daf la umpa ci affaire UDP laajal spokesperson bi soo laajee spokesperson bi su la tontuwul lu la ne laajal deputy administrative secretary bi bés bu nekk mu ngi ci office party leader bi wala nga waxtaana deputy party leader bi lii mooy lii nga xam ne su fekkee ne bëgguloo yëfi saa saay kañ lii moom ngaa mun a def so ñu ngi leen a ñaan yéen mi fi teew ngeen yóbbu baat bi mu génn ci biti fu mu nekk xaw ma ndax suñ deputy leader wala.
So that the mics can go.
Okay. Assalamualaikum. Party leader, Lai Hussein. Then Omar Ahmed Kureti. But I Africa TV. In the new Kumome Capital, Kumer in the sign. That is Katia Jamajamano, then roll the kill. Sign for the Kodeke, then roll in the kill. Sign UDP government election of Mirakana, and even declaring for Banco. Nim banko ta da gore ke banko su sai ibe mun ne kala nin ne ro ko fu na je ko nin ne ro ni ay bang nim banko kanja because mol alfa le kanen mol la mo ken no le kanen mi alon ko mo man na ka tidar wol ne be mun ne jela UDP government ko ne ndiro la kawo.
Well, certainly be fero be kala le kaja ka ko ne ndiro e yabonyem banko kan and ning yamar lol keta yamar lol mamuta ore si luwa londi jeto kaja ko nendiroñi ayaba surtout si neng ka usen dab kunkiling neng me bi obe usen dab damane dimina na dimanyolo bare nesio be neng wo mo fitnolete so nendiro ño fonga luwas ngajo fonga nyanta luwas sotlato le men nyan member stop la ya men foto nyalo yal fal non len dene bi ka ni ni ndendo kay kaf ko UDP bari yalo molen tenen jam fodo bo kemo ntel katitan men do bo kemo wala mtel Serigne Bambati wala mtel Malik City moya neng NPP kono kantene fayo neng bar mom fen photo adum fanan ntel ngatu ala bulule memba ke mayo ke bi abe halako dalto abe halaki kanne so yemen fo katnon ro ka fo kamol alfal ne kunun ko drono ni ta TikTok no do mi yela moy do bi jeto ay banen drol men ken wala jaw yata nyim mar la banen drodi kata kan tole kili akantole kila kabane ndiroke bari alon nte bande men fana man ko UDP nimme yamo yente banen yam fane ignore them intella agenda mu menti wono nyim banko ka bondi pour banko dinglu ila banko de ya atinawi sa soto ko lembe banko kan nga bondi nyim banko kan kadu nimma fo meye italo na kafu ko nem moy mbane so wakola kanyin kan ter kaf ko programme olom nyinti NPP ila programme olom kaf ko ka situation no create banko kan no yanon kaf ko fitno be kala banko kan the state of emergency declare it da mangle politiko ke UDP ni parti ko tenglo wala trasiring and they'll have to feel to themselves is it type of political tamandla not as a political body the ministers will be funtila it type of political kala in the name of government in name of the government ka government projects no bole fen kala be tamaka man sekundal tola be dam kam man ko mem o yata be political la e lafto damana wala na UDP nkolo ani hani men manke UDP kati parti ko tenglo kadu watu do parti relation dol fa nandiro ka kela le yen alinga antel nganna mall city ka vo kon kana bula nyil noma kana opportunity dila me yalon ka vo ko ni election o ni iba escape la so femfe yalon ka ko UDP du kare ne ale amoye femfe fo sen daboma ala igno hanni menate tantang lon nakorda dala janto iko ibe nyawal kay ben nene be ko ne nimba police wal na police wal man ku keno je mbe bulala yake faade ni padate bitade barinte sonna fitno la nyim banko kan banko dingel pareta menna opportunity nyi inte sonna ay boy bulu adu be membe ke kan wala be fitna kurkuro damane la banko kan janto wa dammang adun telta sonna nyim banko e dum fitno kono fo banko ding lafta menkela kamansa kunda sin lafta mena janta fo opportunity la da sonna la mum bare men fa nin nata jeto nendiro abe kala tunga ranke wolle banyim banko ka sada wala jamano to muna nen nyo yawa se wala ka kejeto NCP ni PPP sana wollo muite hani ya jame fa na jamano it was latterly lomo nendiro kake ba nendiro certainly ñu rejim la wato la aketa la aketa adu islu al pass no alale can't stop.
Yes, I think we have had a very successful briefing. We thank you again for coming. We hope that
you'll give them this.
yeah, when we speak the next time, it would be more on the agenda of UDP for the transformation of this country.
In communication, connectivity is everything. We ensure that the links never sleep. Quantities and qualities, all in our data service, providing efficient, reliable voice and data service. We believe if you're not up to speed, then you're going backwards. Communications have to flow as fast as the speed of light. Whatever business you're in, having someone who understands your needs is critical. That is why we just don't offer you technology, we offer you solutions. Enjoy Gamcel's internet broadband anytime, anywhere. Your national operator, Gamcel, Yaibaram.
Islamic microfinance is becoming an increasingly popular mechanism for poverty alleviation, especially for developing countries around the world. This microfinance service adheres to the principles of Islam as a form of social responsibility. Yona Islamic Microfinance is the Islamic microfinance of choice in the Gambia, trustworthy and reliable. At Yona Islamic Microfinance, we provide savings products, current accounts, financing products in conformity with Islam. In addition, Yona Islamic Microfinance also offers local and international remittances, Takaful Fund, management of Zakat, management of Awqaf, trading and investment, and building of strategic partnerships to bring financial services to the doorstep of the poor with donor projects, madrasas, youth organizations, women groups, and farmer organizations. Make a choice with Yona Islamic Microfinance today. For more information on Yona Islamic Microfinance, call 377-2151 or 9832-151 or visit Yona head office at Tipa Garage, Bakote, or visit any Yona branch located countrywide near you.